I'm Sandrine, this is Americ.
Hello.
Welcome to a new Game of Thrones review. This week's episode was called The Broken Man. Let's talk about it. Starting with Theon and Yara.
Who are in Valentis.
Yes.
Having a good time, at least Yara is. But this is a good scene, right? I love the fact that Yara was really trying to bring him back up because she really needs him to be in the game. But she's using a lot of tough love to get there.
Yeah.
It's like, look, get with the program or cut your wrist and just get out of my way. Yeah.
Be a man.
Motivational speaker.
I do think that the scene really resonated a lot with the title of the episode and the theme of this episode in general, which is, the broken man. And Theon is definitely
A broken man.
a broken man, physically and emotionally in this case.
But this scene also helped to establish the movement towards Meereen, towards the Mother of Dragons. And I love how they're very casual about it.
I do think that the reason why they're just so quote-unquote casual about it is because they're really taking over Euron's idea of going to see her. It's not like they really believe in her, or they're like, let's go see Daenerys, the Mother of Dragons. It's just like, okay, well, Euron wanted to go see her. Maybe we can get her on our side before he catches up to her. So
it's more of like a defensive measure.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, then it'll be really interesting if we get that meeting of which, I'm guessing is very possible we're going to get it this season, where they go to her, and as we said, I think in one of our breakdowns, they do have ships and they know how to build them, and Daenerys needs ships. So moving on to Marjorie and Lady Olenna. So we pretty much got confirmation of what we already suspected, that Marjorie is just playing along and is just a really, really good actress. Yeah.
Brother.
But I think we kind of knew that she was good because that's just what she does.
Yeah.
That's what she does to get to the power. She's just a good actress, and she's good at telling people what they want to hear, and she's good at really embodying what they think she should be like.
Yeah, she's really good. I think she's almost too good. And to the point where in that scene where she was slipping the note to Lady Olenna,
Yes.
I had a moment where I was like, Septa Nunella is onto her. I mean, she's not sure. I'm sure she had like a moment where she's like, what is going on? But the bigger thing is, it shows how the Faith are actually weak. Because they are never sure. They're always spying. They're always looking.
Well, that's a problem when you're
testing.
compelling people. It's like either you believe us or you die. Well, I just believe you. I really do.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, but
do
they
you
don't.
really?
But see, that's the thing. That's why they're gonna lose, right? That's why the Faith is gonna lose, because their rule and their grip on it all is based on fear and compelling people, and not really bringing people into believing truly
Yes.
into them. And I think that's their biggest weakness. Yeah. Marjorie is just exemplifying what happens when you twist it around and you're playing their game but without really playing their game.
Yes. I think we've mentioned before, especially in the scene between her and Loras, how they have not broken her. Marjorie is a really, really hard person to break down, and she'll make you think you've gotten to her, but you really haven't. And I really love the scene between her and her grandmother, because that's how good of an actress she is. Even Lady Olenna is like, what? Are you really? Like, she's just like, I can't believe it.
Only when she got the note.
Exactly.
Did she really know for sure, like, really, I still have her.
I think this is the really real Marjorie that we saw in that moment, where this is what she cares about. She cares about her family. And because when she tells her grandma, she's like, you have to leave. And this is like probably the only way you're gonna get to Marjorie is through her family. Like, you have to leave. And then she's slipping her the note, meaning like, I'm still me, and you have to trust me. You have to leave. That's really what it was.
But I think you and I are not in the same page regarding Marjorie and this High Sparrow. When they were talking, the High Sparrow's like, yo, why aren't you sleeping with your husband? And Marjorie's like, hey, I just wanted to be pure and all that. I didn't want to be like, no. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta sleep with him. And you think that she was just playing coy to prove that she was truly...
I think it's still part of her, messing with the High Sparrow's mind. Like, just acting in a way that would, make sense, or just kind of still giving him enough that it's like, oh, well, she's not sleeping with him. Like if she was pretending, then she would try to do everything right. But Marjorie has She has shades of it. Like, it's not just like, I'm going to do everything that I think he wants me to do. No, she plays so well. Like, it's like a harmony, you know, almost. She's just great.
I believe that. But there's a possibility in this particular case. Because one of the things that you said was like, look, she could pretend with Joffrey. She can pretend with the High Sparrow. She can pretend with Tommen.
Yeah.
Here's the difference with the whole thing. Joffrey didn't have her imprisoned and tortured for weeks or months or however.
Tommen didn't have her imprisoned.
I'm just saying, she's blaming him for letting her rot and letting her suffer. I honestly do think. I think Marjorie is playing coy, playing her game, bidding her time until the right time where she can strike. And I think she's not going to strike to make sure that the High Sparrow and the Faith are broken down. I think she's going to go after Tommen.
So you think that Tommen's death will come out from Marjorie?
Yeah, I really do. I really do think that. I think it's much more likely.
How is that helping her though? Yeah, I mean, maybe her time in prison has changed some of her goals and she maybe wants to go back to her family and save her family, but I don't know that she would kill Tommen and remove any power that she still has.
I don't think she has any power at this stage.
If they kill the Faith militants, she would regain that power. I think she's really trying to figure out a way to bring them down.
Yeah, I don't know. Still think she might get to Tommen.
I mean, Tommen might die in general.
No, I think Tommen might die. I don't think it was debating that.
I don't think they need her
I think at this point
it's
who's gonna kill her for sure. Then we're moving on to Jon and Sansa, essentially going out into their campaign to try to rally the North against the Boltons. There was a quick scene with the wildlings, and clearly that went their way. So they have the wildlings in their back, especially with 1-1 being like, snow.
I know that said everything.
Snow. It's like, that's all. It's like, yeah. But their quest to get the North met with House Mormont, in which they got 62 men thanks to Lady Lyanna, who's actually pretty... she does not play. That kid's got some spunk in her for sure. Couldn't manage to convince House Glover, which clearly shows that Sansa and Jon really have some real learning to step up in order to be the rulers that everybody follows. At this stage, they really have a problem. First of all, Sansa was a Lannister and then ended up being a Bolton. Now she's a Stark. So her name is her name, but it's very...
She's not a... She decides that she's a Stark, but people still sort of like, well, what are you, really?
Yeah, exactly. So, being a woman in that kind of situation and period, it's very difficult for her to establish herself fully. And Jon is a Snow. Mm-hmm. He's a bastard. So yeah, he's the son of a Stark, but he's still not the legitimate heir. So it's very hard to rally people in that kind of circumstance, which leads Sansa to write a letter. And we didn't quite see what it was about. We kind of deciphered a few words. Winterfell. Her name.
Her name. Your.
And I think...
Possibly.
Forfeit. I think the word forfeit is in there. Forfeit your. And we think that it's actually a letter to Littlefinger to try and get him to join the North and help them in their quest to get the Boltons. And in the previous trailers, we've actually seen a scene with Littlefinger in the snow. So
meeting someone.
Yeah, so possibly up north, so I don't know. I initially thought when I saw that the first time this is the first time he sees Sansa, but we know this is not. No, this is the second time he sees Sansa. So
yeah, I mean, we know that he offered his help already. Yeah. So.
And at this point she needs it.
Because they're going to battle not next week, but the week after that for sure. Episode 9.
I mean, it's possible it's episode 8, but it's probably going to be episode 9. Yeah.
And then we get to Riverrun, and Bronn is back. We haven't seen him all season. How did that happen? Yeah. And I love that he's just like to Jaime, like, cool dude, like, but where's my castle and my bride and all this shit you promised me? Like, what's going on with that? I still feel like I'm helping you. Like, Lannister's always been like, just don't fucking say it. Don't say it.
I feel like this is, again, one of the honest relationships that Jaime has out there. I think if I were to really, really put it out there, I would say Cersei, Bronn, and Brienne are the real 3 honest relationships he has in his life. If you really think about it, right?
Yes, they're definitely honest to each other. They might not be on the same side necessarily.
No, not necessarily, but
they definitely tell Jaime how it is.
But this brings us to Jaime taking over for the Freys, who were not doing a really good job. It's like, we'll kill him! We'll kill him! I swear!
no, the first they're like hanging him. It's like, oh damn, that's not working. Let's try a knife now. Like, just does that work? It's really Dumb and Dumber. I really thought that we really thought that Enmure wasn't gonna last, but I overestimated the phrase a little bit. I feel like, right?
Yeah. But the conversation between Jaime and Blackfish was really interesting because Jaime, I think, came in thinking, this is an old man. I can talk him out of this. And then Blackfish is basically saying, bro, I ain't got nothing but time. You want to come? Come, let's do this.
He'll literally go down with the ship or with the castle in this case.
I'm going down with this castle. But, this puts Jaime in an awkward position because he really doesn't want to be there. He wants to go back. He wants to just take a hike and be done with this. And I'm thinking that next episode with Brienne coming to Riverrun is going to lead to a fast conclusion to this siege, which is not going to last. I don't think so.
In addition to Bronn, we got another return this episode, the Hound, which I think quite a few people expected him to return. I don't know why. I was like, no, he's dead. He's dead. Oh, he's not dead. This is so exciting. I think what was really interesting about seeing the Hound in this episode is that he has met, Brother Ray, and a few people and a community in which he could possibly change and have a quieter, nicer life, than what he's had. And it looks like throughout the episode that's where it could have possibly gone if it were not for
the Brotherhood
without banners coming and pretty much slaying every single one of them.
Which was very unexpected coming from the Brotherhood.
Yes, because they're supposed to help the small folk.
They're supposed to be like Robin Hood and his folks, right? They're supposed
to be who they follow.
Yeah, where'd that come from?
I don't know if it's this type of thing where they say they're from, the Brotherhood without banner, and they really technically are, but there are sometimes you can say like, well, I believe in this, but you don't really believe in it truly. So maybe there are those kinds of people that are not really understanding the point of the Brotherhood, and they have ulterior motives.
But they made a mistake. They made a mistake, killing all of them and leaving the only person who has the ability and the willingness to just slaughter them all. It's not going to work out in their favor. And I think that him taking the axe is clear indication that he's going and he's out for vengeance.
He was on this path, and then life is like, nope, we still need you, Hound. We still need you to do something else.
And it does open up the possibility that Clegane Bowl, which is the Mountain and the Hound fighting, might happen.
If it happens, I have a feeling maybe it wouldn't be this season. I mean, there's still time to have it happen, but there's just so much that needs to happen that I don't know if everything can happen.
The set of circumstances that it would take to have the Mountain and the Hound fighting in the next few episodes are very unlikely, right? Because the most likely scenario would be the Mountain and the Hound fighting in a trial by combat, right? Which is possible. But how is the Fate gonna go and convince the Hound in a very short period of time, hey, you wanna go fight? I know you just killed all these people, but, want to keep at it? Your brother's there, Is that how it's going to work?
Yeah. Well, the part of me doesn't think the Mountain will survive this season, really. So then if it's going to happen, I guess it must happen this season. I don't know. I'm just excited the Hound is back at this point. And I'm excited to see him, just get some revenge. And this leads us to Arya, who is ready to go back to Westeros.
Yep.
Waiting for the ship just when she gets stabbed by the Waif. And first thought in my mind is oh my god, they're killing Arya. And then I'm like, no, they're not. And the second thought is like, how did she not see this coming?
Yeah. She was way too arrogant about it. She was way too calm and collected, and that's why she didn't see it happen. What really troubled me, because I shared the same thoughts that you did, but next thought I was like, wait, didn't Jack and Hagar tell the Waif not to make her suffer? And what does she do? She stabs her in the gut repeatedly, which is not known to be a quick death in any way, shape, or form. So the Waif is not doing what she's supposed to do.
Yeah.
She's not doing it the way she was taught how to do it, because she knows how to kill quickly. And this ain't it. So this doesn't bode well for her in many ways. And I think as Arya managed to survive that fall and she's like waddling, bleeding out, and I'm like, I don't know, how is she getting out of this? We all have the hope that next episode, which is titled No One.
No One, yes.
Is going to lead to that final confrontation between the Waif and Arya. And I don't think Waif is going to win. No. I think the Waif is going to get got.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the problem, I think, because it seems like the Waif's issue with Arya is very emotional.
Yeah, very personal.
Very personal, and that usually leads to trouble.
Yeah. Oh, you're not no one if you got some feelings about it. Yeah, I'm just saying.
She keeps saying, like, see, she's not ready. I feel like you're not ready either. It was a little bit of a slow episode.
Yeah.
Not my favorite episode, definitely. Probably my least favorite episode of the season so far. I think they really slow down massively to prepare us for the next final three episodes, because I think the next three are going to be pretty insane.
A lot of things to look forward to.
Yeah.
But that's what we thought of this episode. What did you think of this episode? How did you think Arya is going to get out of this situation? And do you think Clegane Bowl is actually going to happen? What say you? Comment below and let us know. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Bye.
Just as a reminder, we're also going to have a breakdown of the preview for next week's episode, as well as a live discussion on Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Now, usually Kenny joins us, but he's unavailable this week, so it'll just be Americ. We'll mostly spend the time answering your questions. Hope you can make it.